Hey guys, Rick and Duke, welcome to another episode of War HOGG Words of Wisdom. For those of you newly tuning into the show, you're probably asking yourself, who's this Duke character? So Duco was my retired military working dog. I had lost him 5 July 2021 to osteosarcoma. So we kind of started the show. If you check out kind of the first 4 episodes, Duke's in there. So we continue to keep his memory alive. In turn, we started up a nonprofit. So scotswish.org / in honor of Duco, or you can go to warhogg.com in honor of Duco. You can see ways to donate. Again, part of our mission statement is to ensure that another SOF K9 handler never has to make a medical decision about their partner based on their finances. So a little about Duke. Just want to thank you, the viewer listeners, for giving me your most precious commodity, your time to tune into the show. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. If you like what you're hearing, please pass the word to your friends and family. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave us a rating review. Help us get this On the Range podcast university out there to the entire world. Appreciate all your support. And then, hey, guys, if you want early access to the shows, training tips, Zoom calls with me and Mark, we do those twice a month. Again, you can check out patreon.com / On the Range podcast. So kind of all the housekeeping's done. One quick note, we do got some classes coming up in February. You guys can check out warhogg.com and check those out. Those will be right here in North Carolina. So anyway, kind of this episode, before we start, I'm going to pose a question. Let me give you a little second here to think about it as I chat a little bit. What's your legacy? Let me say that again. What is your legacy? So I'm kind of bringing this up, and here's the thing. If you guys are not familiar with Ashley Horner, she's got the podcast. It's called the Reborn Podcast. I was on there. As one of her guests here. The episode is 1% better. You guys have heard me say that quite a bit. But here's something that Ashley asked me at the end of the show that really kind of, it hit home, right? So it really had some fantastic either, hosts of shows that I've been on or guests or whatever. You guys know that I thank you for your time. That's all based off of Jack Carr. Ashley stemmed this one, as we're closing out the show. And if you guys listen to it, it's a pretty emotional show. I'm not going to lie. We're talking about Duke a lot, and, that just has emotions in there. But she kind of posed the final question is, what is your legacy? And, I'll be an honest broker. I hit a bunch of things. I jumped all around. That now that I've had a little bit of time to sit there and reflect, what do you want your legacy to be? So for Rick, I want my legacy to be this. I want to leave the world a little better than I found it. So how do I do that? Through my kids. Yeah, they're my legacy without a doubt. I talked about, checking on your mates, 20 years of combat. Guys don't walk away unscathed. I've had friends commit suicide. So it kind of goes in there. Hey, doing your buddy check. I know guys are alive today from, training classes, stuff like that. I can add all that, but really, I think for me, when I kind of just sit there and go, all right, what do I want my legacy to be? If people can go, hey, Rick made the world, a little better than he found it, that can be all encompassing. My kids, my grandkids, my wife, my extended family, you guys, the guys I've served with, guys I train, whatever it may be, if you can just pass one pearl of wisdom, and that kind of multiplies and goes throughout, I think that's your legacy, right? It's just being a good person, making things a little better than you found it. So if you guys listen to the show and talking as far as Ashley's show, you're going to see Rick kind of has a common theme with some things that I put out. And it's really about self-confidence, because I see that immensely lacking in our country today across the board. The problem with social is people can perceive whatever they want on social. you can in essence fake the funk, right? You can be down in the dumpers. You can post a happy pic and everyone's like, oh, look at all you're oh so happy, and sure, whatever. Or you can sit there and be toxic, and we had a whole episode as far as that stuff goes. But really, at the end of the day, your mindset, your self-worth, your self-confidence, however you want to look at it, man, in Rick's opinion, it is just greatly lacking across the board. So one thing, I'd mentioned to Ashley and Marcus Torgerson, I got to tell you, he's another one. I told this too, and he's taking this thing globally, man. I got kids over in Australia saying this little thing, but really, if you think about this, guys, right? If you have the mindset, every time you walk into a room, you just tell yourself this: I'm the best person in the room. There's nothing I can't do. I may not be the best, but there's nothing I can't do. And I say may not be the best because, again, I'm going to be an honest broker. Is there anything I can't do? In Rick's mind, no. I can do whatever. Whatever you put your mind to, you can. But again, it's that drive, that determination. When I walk in there and say I'm the best person in the room, it's not in an arrogance way. It's in a self-confidence. I don't care who's in the room. I really don't. I'm the best person. And it's trying to instill that into people. And if Ashley's out there spreading it, if Marcus is out there spreading it, if you, the viewer listeners out there spreading it, is that part of my legacy? I'd like to say yes, because again, it's part, it's leaving the world a little better than I found it. If you can touch somebody, a single person, change their life, is that your legacy? I mean, absolutely. To me, it's just being a good, solid person. But it kind of starts, it has to start with you. You're the whole driving factor. Your legacy is based off of you. It's based off of your mindset. Man, if you perceive yourself in the dumpers, you're not really going to put that on other people. You're just going to kind of be, hey, whatever, and go through the motions of life and let life beat you up. I'm not going to lie, right? Life's hard. Life's difficult. It's not easy. It's a constant battle, struggle. Are there mornings I wake up and you feel in the dumper? Yep. Could I sit there and roll back over and go to bed? Yeah, I could. Do I? No. You sit there and pick yourself up, get out, do your business. Because again, at the end of the day, it's, one, making yourself 1% better every single day. Two is tackling, hey, what do I have going on today? There's some things that Rick has to do pretty much on a daily deal, right? So I need to do something as far as my either dry fire or live fire training. So my firearms deal, that's something I've got to do, whether it's, dry fire, or it's working airsoft, or it's going to the range, that's me. That's part of what, my DNA is. The other part is you got to get your workout in, right? So if you're not physically fit, man, life even is that much harder. So if you're sitting there struggling to get up a flight of stairs or to carry something or do whatever, man, it's just, you're beating yourself for no reason. And with that, the other key component to the whole physical fitness part is, for those of you out there that have TBIs or traumatic brain injury, or injuries in some of our cases, it's proven that exercise helps, with those neural pathways, especially you start doing balancing stuff. It's good for you all the way around. So, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, and said, I just can't get motivated. Just start today. They had everything they needed, right? So they've got some weights, they got an elliptical, whatever, right there in their house. Go, start right now. Go out there, get a workout in. Even if you're struggling through it, right? It's going to get you going. So part of it is, that self-motivation. Part of it, just being that good person, figuring out, what your why is, what you're doing. But at the end of the day, guys, it's, I pose the question again, think about it. What's your legacy, or what do you want your legacy to be? And it's something that when somebody asks you on the spot, and I thank Ashley for it. She kind of put me on there, and I'm kind of floundering all over and all these different things and things I'm hitting. And it for me was very impactful because when I get a chance to really sit down, ponder, think, hey, what do I want my legacy to be? What impact do I want to have in this world? I'm of this. Let me leave it better than I found it. Whatever that may be. It can be super encompassing. It can be super complicated. It can be super easy. But that's just Rick's 2 cents on it. And as you guys know, the words of wisdom are driven from either events that happen to me directly, or a lot of them stem from, you, the viewers, listeners out there that either pose questions, hit me up with notes, ask whatever. And then we try to go, hey man, here's a forum that we can get out there, spread the word, spread the message, and kind of, get that thought process going, or for lack of better terms, the words of wisdom from Rick, and just try to hopefully help you guys out with whatever that situation that you might be in. So it's one of these that I think it's important. I've told you guys time and time again, there's some things I did not do well along the way in my life, right? If you want to say regrets, shoulda, couldas, wouldas, whatever. Two things. One, I did not take enough pictures when I was in. Two, I did not journal. I mean, how great would it be to look back and kind of go, hey man, what was I doing this day 10 years ago or 10 years ago? Or what did some of my combat rotations look like? Just having quick notes, you don't have to get into all kinds of grueling details if you don't want to. I mean, you can sit there and lay out your day, hour by hour, minute by minute, however you want to do it, but just a quick rundown of the day. And the way I like to kind of end it, if you want to say, is, final notes as I'm kind of journaling out, hey, here's what my day comprised of. Do I put in there, in my closing notes, hey, productive day. Hey, was I, kind of dragging ass today and not really motivated? Could have I improved this? Forgot to do that. Should have done this. I mean, it's something to try to help me, number one, work my brain a little bit, kind of thinking, hey, what did I do today? Number two, put pen to paper. And then three, just kind of recapture my thoughts for the day. And again, it gives me something to look back on to go, all right, powerhouse this day, not good on this day, super windy today. And, you might hear kind of some of that in the background, but it's just trying to make yourself better, right? And if you start with you, if you can just motivate yourself 1% better, and that 1% doesn't have to be firearms, fitness, finance, spiritual, just a portion section thereof. If you can look back and go, hey man, did I improve today over yesterday? Did I learn one more, wicket of information? So for me, man, being an entrepreneur, it's constant, right? I wish I could sit there and go, yeah, I'm the powerhouse CEO that just sits there and have all these minions. Yeah, you know what? Rick's the minion for this and that. And I'm the media guy and the social guy and the marketing guy and the web designer guy and fulfillment guy and trainer and logistician. All that, it all falls on me, right? So it's, and I'm not trying to go, hey, check me out. But it's just one of those that there's a lot on the plate. And when you have a lot on the plate, you're constantly learning. And am I telling everyone out there to be an entrepreneur? Man, I wish I could. I wish you would. I think it's the greatest place to be. But again, looking back to the question, what's your legacy? If I can sit there and pass my lessons learned onto other entrepreneurs, so they're not repeating the same mistakes that I made, again, trying to leave the world a little better than I found it, whatever that little better is, that to me is kind of, mission success. So again, guys, just kind of in closing, I posed the question. Do you have to answer it right away, whether you're listening at the house, driving in the car? Think about it, ponder about it. Think about, for you, what's your legacy? Is there a right or wrong? Nope. It's yours. It's yours to figure out. Can you adjust along the way? You may or may not. I don't know. But just give it some thought. Kind of your words of wisdom. What's your legacy? Here's the deal, man. I'll pose another question real quick. Did you work out today? If you're a concealed carry holder, if you're an armed professional, law enforcement, military, did you dry fire today? Did you improve your skills? Are you harder to kill than you were yesterday? If the answer is no, I'd say kind of shame on you. Especially my LEOs, and I'm not trying to bust in you guys. I love you guys more than anything, but you guys are being hunted down like nobody's business and being out there slaughtered. Stop it. Get out there, make yourself harder. Get your mind right, get your body right, get your skills straight. That, God forbid, you're in that deadly force encounter, man. You bring the full might down and you stop that threat quickly. And you go home, at night to your family. That's the goal at the end of the day. So, guys, I appreciate all your support. I just ask one more time, please tell your friends, tell your family, share the podcast, share this link. Whatever platform you're listening on, please hit that, follow button, subscribe button, whatever it may be. Leave us a rating, review. I don't care if it's a thumbs up emoji, just do something. Because again, that's what this whole crazy algorithm looks at. And that's what's going to get us bumped up so more people can check us out. Don't forget, sign up for our newsletters, warhogg.com, kellydefense.com. I got some exciting news getting ready to come out. So make sure you guys sign up, because I want to tell the people on my email list first before I tell social or anybody else. I want them to know here's kind of the stuff. So from me to you guys, if you're listening, you sign up for you sign up for the newsletter. You're going to get the inside scoops to what War HOGG Tactical has coming down. So warhogg.com, sign up for that. Check out our upcoming class schedules. And as always, guys, just be a good person. So in closing, God bless you. God bless your families. God bless our troops, especially our U.S. Special Operations guys who pulled off a outstanding raid the other night. And God bless the United States of America. War HOGG and Duco out.